consequences. And this is really a chance with the focus on essential workers, who so many are immigrants that don't have documents and don't have a future in the US, that we really pressure and support this and speak to it for our neighbors, our friends, our relatives. And so thank you for taking my comment. Put it on the top of the priorities. That's what we're asking for. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The speaker, we have Leslie Rothman. Then we have Karen Al Schuler, then Susan Pfeiffer, then Phyllis Schulman.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
My name is Leslie Rothman, and I have lived in San Francisco for 45 years. I'm a member of Or Shalom Jewish community, and I am the daughter of an immigrant. I also want to speak to the resolution that encourages Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, and other Democrats to provide a path to citizenship for all 11 million essential workers. And I'm going to speak to this from my heart. I'm a leader of Faith in Action, and I represent the other people from Faith in Action who couldn't be here tonight, especially the many immigrants I have met through Faith in Action, who work so hard on behalf of their communities in their day jobs and in their paid jobs, and then spent countless hours in Faith in Action volunteering to make sure everyone in their community has a voice and all the rights and needs of people are met. We shouldn't have to stand here before you to ask for this resolution today. Our country is a country of immigrants. All of us are here because our ancestors immigrated from somewhere else, whether because of oppression and trauma or simply in search of a better life. The fact that so many in our country have contributed so much to their communities, as much as any of their citizen neighbors, and yet for so long have had no path to fully belonging, belies everything our country stands for and is built on. It is a shame and a sin that we have forced people to live in fear, concerned about accessing resources where they live, when they have shared all of their gifts with us. And that's why I'm here to ask the DCC to do its part to protect our immigrant communities by pushing for a pathway to citizenship for all and approving this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Next speaker, we have Karen. Then we have Susan, and then Phyllis. Karen, can you unmute yourself? I think you're good. We can see you and I think hear you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak this evening. I'm here as a resident of San Francisco, worked and lived in San Francisco for the last 30 years. I'm a leader also with Faith in Action Bay Area for more than a decade, and leader of 100 congregant strong social action team at Shereth Israel, which is a San Francisco sanctuary congregation. In the last 4 years alone, our team has accompanied 60 immigrants and asylum seekers in ICE courtrooms, often as they speak of the horrors they've escaped in their home country and the horrors of detention in the United States. We've worked person to person with families and individuals, responding to their needs as they work against all odds toward self-sufficiency, dignity, and opportunity. We've built alliances and platforms for action at local, state, and federal levels, and this is one of those tonight, as we spotlight the perspective of a diverse, skilled, energetic, essential population, undocumented human beings contributing magnificently to the well-being of others in the United States. And we let them tell their stories and we listen. In 2021, the Congress of the United States has the opportunity to respond to those stories and those needs, to embrace their contribution and create a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented people with a special early action focus on essential workers, as you've heard this evening. The resolution tonight brought from Senator Wiener encourages just that, a powerful marriage of the Build Back Better initiative anticipated this summer with the congressional reconciliation process. And that's why it's so essential to move quickly now. We ask for your wholehearted support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, we have Susan Pfeiffer.
Mute and unplug. There we go. Good evening, members. Good to see you every month. Tonight I have two things to talk about. The first one is something I bring up frequently, and that is Cover California. And I just wanted to mention some new information that has come forward, and anyone on here who is a proxy for an elected official or is an elected official, including members of Congress, all the way down to Board of Supervisors. Just a reminder that this week, Cover California officially announced that thousands of eligible Californians who received unemployment insurance benefits at any point in 2021, this year, can now get the best health coverage available for some as little as $1 a month with insurers like Kaiser, Blue Shield, and others. And I'm talking the Silver 94 plan, which has the highest subsidy and is likely the best plan in there. The provision is made possible through the Federal American Rescue Plan that was recently enacted and automatically allows those receiving unemployment benefits this year to get coverage in the Silver health plans. So this is new information. And as many of you know, I'm a certified enrollment counselor. If you have any constituents that need help, I can help them, or they can call Cover California directly. So I'm continuing to try to get the word out because these are historic plans that will only be in effect for a short time. Secondly, excuse me, I want to talk about the California Democratic Party and the Stop the Republican Recall campaign. They're just kicking it off this week. Several of us, including the 4 interns who are with us tonight, were on, several of them were on a call with, her name just went out of my head, Lizzie Boyer, who is the person in charge of this with the California Democratic Party. And they are running this campaign. They're going to be creating hubs and captains. Hubs are Dem clubs or central committees that want to take a lead on this. And the captains are people that will help with phone banks and tabling and other things individually. Let's see, the captains will help lead phone banks, text banks, canvases, et cetera. I'm joining with the San Francisco Democratic Party, and I hope some of the chartered clubs I've reached out to form a San Francisco hub. And I'll be glad to be a captain or train others. I'm going to be meeting with Honey and Peter and Karima and some others, I think, next week to finalize some of this. But they wanted to kick it off this weekend. So I'm working with Jason Diego Ashwara. I'm going to get that right one of these days. This Sunday, we're going to be tabling at the Stonestown Farmers Market. It's a visibility tabling. We'll be handing out flyers and signing people up to volunteer. This campaign is going to create an infrastructure that will be used for the midterms next year. That's why they're putting a lot of effort into this, because we're going to have a structure that we'll need next year to take back the House. So the activities will be visibility, tabling, flyering at events, virtual house parties, and in-person house parties and rallies. And later we'll do phone banking and text banking and canvassing. And I just wanted to mention that I saw today or yesterday that Manny's is reopening on July 4th, and he's having a big reopening party. And I've reached out to him to ask if we got a group together, if we could flyer at that event. And get people to sign up, if we could have a table or just flyer. So I just want to put that out there and ask the clubs to please step up and take this on. We can share it so nobody has the full responsibility. And And it's going to be exciting, and it's something we have to do. We'll have the date of the election sometime after June 30th. Once they verified the signatures after people could remove their name, they'll set the date. I'm sure there will be a recall. So we just got to have a slam dunk, massive turnout so that our governor is not embarrassed and he's set up for next year. So that's it. I'm open to any questions.
Susan, how long is the actual open enrollment period again, the special open enrollment period?
It actually goes through the end of the year. This
Okay,
is
thank you.
historic. They've thrown the doors open because of the American Rescue Plan. And the new money should be good for 2 years, but I know it for sure this year.
Colleagues, any other questions? Thank you so much. Oh, is that a hand that's raised?
That's me waving goodbye.
Thank you so much for all your work, and I'm excited to meet with you and get to help you move this forward. So thank you again.
Thank you all.
Next and last speaker, we have Phyllis Schulman. And if any members of the public want to do a public comments, please use the function raise hand. You have it at the bottom of your screen on Zoom. If I see people calling with their phone to access the meeting, please dial *9 if you want to use the function raise hand. Phyllis, go ahead.
I'm Phyllis Schulman. I'm speaking today to endorse advocate for your endorsement of the resolution to provide a path for citizenship for essential workers. And I wanted to talk about my concern for this issue that stems from 3 vantage points. The first is that I'm a local psychotherapist. I live and work in San Francisco, and I treat children and families. And I am well acquainted with the kinds of trauma and dire situations that immigrants are emerging from when they leave their original countries of origin. Nobody just decides that they want to move thousands of miles away to another country. This trauma, the original trauma that they experienced, is compounded by the precariousness of their lives as they live in our country and in our city. I want to speak very forcefully because I think all of you have some feeling for what it must be like to be a child, to be an adult, to be a parent trying to provide for a family and living with the uncertainty, the kinds of exploitation that immigrants are exposed to, and the separation from family members who very often become detained. My second vantage point is as somebody who participates in the Friends of Fuera program. This is through the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity. It's a program in which one writes to undocumented workers who are detained. I want to speak as well to their plight.
And time is up. 2 minutes has elapsed.
Thank you, Phyllis.
I'm done.
Yes, it was 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes public comment for everyone. Thank you. We have next one speaker. We have Michael. I think it's Michael. I see you. This is the last speaker. If I see other came into the call, if you want to do a public comment, use the function raise hand. Michael?
Yeah, this is, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Michael Nolte. I'm the co-founder of Central City Democrats, and I'd like to promote the California banking, public banking option. As you know, there are people that when they have to pay rent, they go to the corner store and they have to ask for a money order, or they don't have bank accounts, and it was Bernie Sanders that wanted to use the post office as a way to have public banks, since we already have established post offices. But either way, we need to have more options for people that don't have bank accounts or don't have access to proper banking. Also, we also need to have services given to people to learn how to establish credit. Obviously, we know that there's a large number of people when they if they don't have proper credit, they get lousy loans from financial institutions, and they pay exorbitant more interest rates. So there needs to be more education to people to understand what credit rating is and how to get better credit. But anyway, this is a start, and there also needs to be a lot more done for those that are underserved as far as banking and future financial services. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Chair Mahogany, I just have one question. So for recharting the clubs, the Latino Democratic Club, should we wait until we come up to the agenda and let the president or some people speak, or should we do the let people speak right now? I mean, Kevin Ortiz asked.
We can have them speak now. And
Okay.
and if it's the president, they can have more than 2 minutes with presidential privilege.
Okay. Kevin Ortiz, I'm going to bring you on. I hope you're ready. Who is not ready, I think.
Hello. Hey, good evening, San Francisco Democrats. I'm actually here on behalf of the co-presidents Anabel Ibanez, as well as, and who's also a member of the Democratic Central Committee, as well as co-president Vanessa Margarita, who could not be here today. So I just really quickly just wanted to, voice my support for the rechartering of the San Francisco Latinx Democratic Club. We renamed actually early last year to be more inclusive of our gente and our community. And so, we're really excited to get this process going. It's been very, tumultuous over the years sometimes with the club. But, at the end of the day, this club is my home. It's been the place that I've really gotten my activism, my organizing, my confidence really from. So I consider this club like family. And so I'm very happy to be here today to really ask for San Francisco Democrats to vote in supporting this club. And so, I'm happy to answer any questions, but really the goals and the objectives of the San Francisco Latinx Democratic Club are to promote and encourage Latino candidates or Latinx candidates to empower the Latinx community in areas of immigration, as well as social justice issues that range from housing to jobs, businesses, quality of life, to violence prevention. So we have a wide range of things that we really focus on in our organization. You should come out sometime. We're going to be doing a fundraiser earlier or later on in the year, as well as, really we're going to be, doing really informative panels that really highlight the strength and the diversity of our community and our gente. I defer back to everyone on that, but thank you so much again, San Francisco Democrats.
Thank you, Kevin. And we are done with public comment. I'm just going to wait 10 seconds to see if someone raised his hand or her hand last minute. Anyone for public comment? I think we are done with public comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Lynch, and thank you to the members of the public who came today and spoke and shared your public comment with us. We'll now move on to the reports. We'll start with the chair's report. This has been a busy month. It is the city's budget month. It is also Pride Month. There's a lot going on. It's also my partner's birthday and our anniversary, but that's a whole nother story. Thank you. We also have been very busy in conversation with the state party around the recall. And so I did want to announce that, and Susan Pfeiffer spoke a little bit to this, that we are going to be partnering with the California State Democratic Party to fight back against the recall of our democratically elected Governor Gavin Newsom. Additionally, I wanted to mention a couple other things. We do have a new crop of interns who are helping us run tonight's meeting. Executive Director Karima Lynch shouted them out earlier, but I will also bring on Vice Chair Lovett to give us an update about the interns a little bit later, and you'll get to hear from them at that time. Additionally, we did have a very successful fundraising event. I guess it's almost 2 months ago now, but it is time for us to start planning our next one. So we have a couple events that are planned. I do want to give a shout out to member Mandelman, who was able to raise some funds this last week for the party and plans on continuing to do some fundraising over the next few weeks. In addition, I'm exploring doing a weekly fundraiser coming up that may or may not be a RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party. So members are welcome to join me, and we will be figuring out the logistics of that in the weeks to come. And then lastly, we are planning a large fundraising event potentially in October. And so if folks are helping plan that event, if folks have ideas of who they'd like to see at that event, please contact Member Thomas, who is leading that effort on the fundraising committee. Last thing that I think I would like to announce, I actually don't, I take that back. I don't like announcing this, but we are going to be having a transition with the Democratic Party of San Francisco. Our much loved executive director, Karima Lynch, will be leaving us at the end of this month. Of course, I am personally heartbroken because I have been working with Karima over the last over a year. And it has been such a joy getting to work with her. And gosh, I don't want to say too much now because I think we're going to go around and say stuff during the executive director report. But I will say that while I am heartbroken that she will not be serving as executive director under me anymore for more than a month, we did complete interviews of potential candidates to fill that role. And I just want to thank Member Barry, Vice Chair Galata, who else? Vice Chair Lacroix, and Member Thomas. And am I forgetting anyone? I think that was the entire committee for putting the time and effort into interviewing these candidates. I will say that we had 8 incredibly qualified candidates, and so it was a very tough decision, but we will be announcing our choice hopefully by the end of the week once we get everything confirmed. So please stay tuned. And with that, we will now move on to outreach. Vice Chair Lacroix, the floor is yours.
I was on mute. Okay, hi everybody. So sorry, I was trying to get dinner in my body at the same time. Hope everyone's doing well. It's good to see your guys' virtual faces. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome our interns. It's so great having you guys on board. You guys have been hitting the ground running, so it's really appreciative of you guys wanting to spend your summers with us. And I hope that you guys enjoy your experience. I also want to just encourage everybody, if they are interested, to join Susan and our interns at tabling this weekend. I think it's a really important opportunity to let the Democrats in San Francisco know and let other folks in San Francisco know that we are firmly against the recall effort of our elected governor. And I think it's just a wonderful time to get ourselves back out there now that things are reopening again. And with that, since things are reopening again, I am really interested in thinking about more in-person opportunities as people feel more comfortable and relaxed to get together face-to-face and just do outreach as the Democratic Party in the communities where people are. So stay tuned. And last but not least, I just want to send a little love to Karima. It was so wonderful having you join us as our executive director, and I'm sad to see you leave, but I'm really excited for all the new opportunities that are coming your way. So thank you so much. And with that, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Vice Chair Lacroix. Vice Chair Baraka is excused today, so there will not be a report on voter registration. We will move on to club chartering. And we do have one club that is being rechartered today, and that is the Latinx Democratic Club. You heard from a representative of the club earlier, and I'm hoping that we can all vote to support the rechartering of the Latinx Democratic Club. So can we do this by acclamation?
Yeah, I'll
Move by
move the item.
acclamation.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. We will then, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. Do we have to vote on the acclamation, or it's just by acclamation and it's approved?
It is, but I'll move the item, and if I can get a second.
Yeah,
Second.
suggest that. So Janice, are you making the motion? If so, I'll second.
I am making the motion to recharter the SF Latinx Democratic Club.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, thank you very much. Latinx Democratic Club, congratulations, you are rechartered. And with that, we will move on to issues and resolutions, and also, if we can, at the same time, internships with Vice Chair Levitt.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. First of all, I am completely in denial about our Executive Director, Karima Lynch, leaving, so I'll save remarks when I come out of denial a little bit. Let me speak to the interns who have come on board with us for the summer. We are excited. Every year, it's a challenging process. There is so much talent amidst our high school and college students here in San Francisco and the Bay Area. So I'll just give a brief rundown of what they are doing with us and for us in the summer. Our party structure is in large part volunteer. Kind of echoes what one of the public commenters was saying. So it just takes such a big lift, right? We're all kind of doing this on top of jobs in political and other spaces. And so what the interns do is truly remarkable. And it's also part of their skills development and training for their future careers. They will be covering a number of tasks that will be pretty critical in terms of administrative work, reaching out to high schools, colleges, keeping records up to date, checking and collaborating with political organizations. Also really key stuff around communications. Post-pandemic too, our newsletter, social media accounts, and also the website. And then of course the political work around endorsements and all that face time at farmers markets and getting to our voters and broadening that voter base. So thank you. And let me just introduce first our returning intern, Jason Park. And we're just super delighted to have Jason because he's done tremendous work and he's going to also help with that transition. And we will support you, Jason, as you do that as the lead intern. So don't all call Jason at once, but you will have a network of support as we make the transition into having a new executive director. Jason, do you want to take 2 minutes and speak?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Vice Chair Levitt, and hello, DCCC members. I'm very excited to be returning this summer and not only leading our intern team, but also having the opportunity to make sure that our transition this summer at the party is very smooth and hopefully as seamless as possible. I'm very honored and excited to be assisting Chair Mahogany and all of the vice chairs and all of the party's important work. And while this isn't a presidential year election or a midterm year election, I still think that nonetheless we have a lot of important work ahead of us. So I'm very excited to be on board and get to work. Thank you all so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. And Jason attends Occidental College, right? What year are you?
I am currently going to be a rising senior, just one more year left.
Oh, Great. Well, we have plans in store for you. And then one of our new interns is Tanushree Banerjee, and she comes to us from Mission San Jose High School in Fremont. Tanushree, take it away.
Hi, I'm really excited to be a part of the internship program here at SFDEMS. I'm hoping to be able to work with Vice Chair Baraka with voter registration and also help out with other projects. And I'm really looking forward to the experience because I feel like this is my first real hands-on political experience. So really getting forward to know and work with everyone on the team.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tanushree. Next up, we have Diego Barajas, and he is a student at the University of San Francisco, USF. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. As you said, my name is Diego Barajas. I'm very excited to work with all of you guys this summer. I'm very passionate about what each and every one of you guys do. I'm gonna be working more with social media and our website. So I very much appreciate it. If you haven't done your Member Mondays, to send that to me. I will be emailing you each individually. So if you haven't done it, don't be shy. But I'm so excited to work with each one of you and to get a lot of important work done this summer.
Thank you, Diego. And finally, we have Aishwarya Thiagarajan, and she just graduated from Washington High and is going to Barnard next fall. So welcome, Aishwarya.
Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be a part of the team this year. I'm really excited to be a part of all the work that SF Democrats does. Like Diego, I'm going to be working a lot with like hands-on social media. So I'm really excited to, be playing around with different colors and everything, and basically get to talk to a lot of community members, especially within San Francisco. And thank you for welcoming me to be a part of this team. And I'm very excited to work with you all this summer.
Great. Thanks. We are really looking forward to having you work with us through the middle of August. And so can we all give a round of applause or put up virtual hands, however you want to do it? Thanks so much. Great to have you on board. Just unmuted myself. We're looking forward to having a mix of more live events, of course, with all the virtual work that goes on. All right, back to you, Chair Mahogany.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair Lovett. And again, congratulations to all our interns. We are so excited to have you, and we couldn't do this work without you. We'll now move on to partnerships. Vice Chair Glada, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. Hi, good evening, colleagues. Happy Pride. Welcome to our new crop of interns. So very looking forward to working with all of you and having you on board. We've had some fabulous interns with the DCCC in the past 2 years, so we're so excited that you're joining us and look forward to working with you. So I'm just going to update on some of what we already talked about, which just to kind of echo the kind of call to action around stopping the Republican recall. Just want to particularly shout out and appreciate Susan Pfeiffer, as well as our intern Jason, for really helping us roll up our sleeves to start getting to work on this effort, which, as Susan mentioned, the state party is really kind of taking the lead on, and very reminiscent of the kind of 2020 coordinated campaign. The state party is really trying to mobilize and activate the county committees and the Democratic clubs and kind of local activists and kind of funnel resources, support, training, down to kind of the local level so that we can really kind of take the baton and then run with kind of the organizing on the ground, recruiting volunteers, getting out in the community. And so we will be kind of working on setting up our San Francisco hub and starting to recruit from our volunteer base from last year too, with Vote Blue SF, to really mobilize San Francisco Democrats to get engaged with us, help get the word out. Obviously, we're waiting on when exactly the recall election might happen, but it could happen, I'm hearing, as early as August. So we really are going to have our work cut out for us, and this is certainly a near-term priority. So just wanted to underscore too that there's kind of a weekend of action coming up this weekend throughout the state, but here in San Francisco. So Susan and Jason are helping to organize an event this Sunday from 9 to about noon or 1 o'clock. at the Stonestown Farmers Market. So we'll be out there recruiting volunteers. And so I dropped the link in the chat if you're interested in joining us, or could also push that out and share that on via social media with your networks, so folks can join us on Sunday. And then certainly we'll be sharing more information once we kind of have a schedule of outreach events. We'll be reaching out to our partners and of course our Democratic clubs. Speaking of our partners, also Karima and I met with Swing Left San Francisco earlier this week to start strategizing about kind of how we can pick up where we left off with Vote Blue SF and the 2020 election kind of partnership. Swing Left is already starting to work on some swing state election work that's starting to gear up for 2022. And also, they've been really actively organizing and engaging with community and Democrats in the Central Valley here in California. So we're also talking about the ways in which we can start supporting that work, not only just in anticipation of the recall, but also, of course, with the midterm elections next year. So kind of more to come on that. But yeah, I also just before I conclude my report, did just want to also just take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate Karima for being such a tremendous partner in our DCCC partnership work. We are truly only as good as our executive director helps us all to be, and Karima has done so much to strengthen our relationship with partner groups, with resistance groups, with our Democratic clubs, and also with the California Democratic Party. And so she will always be a hero in my book, especially because of all of her work last year, leading, managing Vote Blue SF. That was a huge lift, so very stressful at times, but Karima made it impeccably flawless and never dropped the ball and just moved mountains constantly to make it happen. And she did it with a smile and with humility and patience and grace. And that's just who she is and why we're going to miss her so very much. So Karima, just thank you. Thank you. I can't say that enough. We all can't say that enough, but we're going to miss you a ton. And you know that I'm going to be recruiting you back when we head into the midterms next year for sure. But thank you again for everything you helped us do and achieve as a party with your time with us. So with that, I will conclude my report, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair Galata. We will now go to our treasurer, Member Morales. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. Oh, did I turn it on? Yes, I did. Hi, everybody. So very briefly, our cash on hand in both of our accounts is as follows. The federal committee account has $8,100 and change on cash on hand, and the state account has 14,800 and some change. And that's the extent of my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Member Morales. We will now go on to the Executive Director's report, and it's her final report with us. Welcome, Director Karima Lynch.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. It's so weird. This is my last report. I cannot believe it. I really do almost cannot believe it. Thank you for all your sweet words. You're going to make me cry. You already did. I'm trying to hide it, but thank you so much for all your sweet words. Before my last report, I just wanted to say a few words about my experience with all of you, my experience with the SFDCCC. And I learned so much the past year and a half. I just wanted to thank all of you for your support, for your help every day to get the job done. Without you, I never could have done it. So I was really lucky to be able to meet all of you and to work with all of you, being in contact with 33 members that are all really engaged in politics in different way and form, like public defenders, supervisors, board members, firefighter, legislative aides, school board members, city college board member. I mean, and again, it's literally a masterclass in politics that I got for the past year and a half, which I felt really lucky, and I wanted to thank all of you for that. And specifically, I wanted to thank the hiring committee that hired me like in 2018. I remember there was member Gagliota, member Lacroix, former member Sarah Souza, who is here today, funny enough. I remember there was David Campos, and of course, member Daraka. And after that, I was so stressed. And after that interview, I remember calling my husband and say, I did so poorly. They're never gonna get me. Like, this is never gonna happen. And I was so sad all day. And David Campos called me and said, I got the job. So I was screaming over the phone, I remember. And I called my family and friends. I called my family in North Africa. They were all screaming. That was the event of the year. Everybody was so happy. So I just wanted to say that I'm so grateful to this committee because they saw something in me that I couldn't see at that time. And they trusted me, and they trusted me that I could do the job. So I just want to say thank you to all of them for that. And of course, I want to thank David Campos, who hold my hand through mistakes and successes, and it was really a privilege to have to work closely with someone that has so much experience in San Francisco, and also it was a mentor. It trained me and made me understand better San Francisco politics, which you all know is really unique, really unique. And working with the chair, now Honey Mahogany, make me think twice of leaving the DCCC. I have no doubt that she's going to do an amazing job. I worked for the past year and a half with her and closest for the past month, and she has been amazing. She's just taking the role 100%, and I just cannot be more happy. And I know that the next ED is going to be so lucky to work with Chair Mahogany. And lastly, I want to thank the public because I was thinking of it and I was like, thank you so much, members of the public who heard me misspell their name multiple times. I didn't misspell it. Like, it's a French accent that is really strong, and I was trying to do the American accent after. It was not working. Still in French. So I want to say thank you so much for your patience. I didn't get any hate email. Everybody was so nice with me and understanding, and I want to say thank you. And even you members of the DCCC, so many times I can hear the pronoun, I'm pronouncing your name, I can see the really Frenchy way, but I want to say thank you for never commenting on that and being really nice about it. So that's it. I just wanted to say a few words before my report. So about the report now. I wanted to say that I'm so grateful that we have Jason, who's taking the role of a manager full on. We've been working for the past 2 weeks to plan out all the tasks and projects for the interns, which we did, and we were so happy that we finally did the schedule and everything. And Jason is just taking this role, and I feel that the interns are full on. It's amazing to see them getting adapt to the role, and I was fast, and they're taking on and they're getting trained for the website, for Facebook, for everything, for the graphic. And thank you very much for that. And I want to mention also our past intern, Emmanuel, Priscilla, Alan, Fidel, who helped the new intern and trained them too. And so that's really a good collaboration. I feel they're still here with us and try to help us every day. So I want to acknowledge them too. And I also want to thank Chair, Member Lee Lovett, who's going to also follow closely Jason and help him during the transition with Chair Mahogany. I know we're meeting soon about that, so I want to say thank you for this. And we're working also closely with Susan Pfeiffer to make sure that we are involved with Chair Mahogany, Member Gagliota, Vice Chair Gagliota, to be involved in that recall. and also involved with also what's going to happen in 2022 and get trained about this. So yes, I'm excited and I will be around. I'm sure I'm going to volunteer. I'm sure I'm going to, I'm stuck forever. That I know that. So I'm sure I'm going to see you very soon. Thank you, all of you. Thank you very much.
I'll do it because I can't, so you can hear it. Thank you so much, Karima.
Hello.
Does anyone else want to speak? Folks who haven't had the opportunity. I saw Janice, Member Lee.
Yeah, thanks, Chair Mahogany. I'll just step in and just say, you know, I was only elected to this committee, I don't know, time is weird, a year and a couple months ago. And so it was just amazing to be able to step in and have Karima supporting us in so many different ways. I don't think any of us has ever had a job where you had 33 different bosses. So the fact that you were able to do that, and like, we have 33 different personalities. A lot of us are elected officials, so we have big egos and want things done our way, and we'll tell you. The fact that you were able to just do that so seamlessly and navigate and keep us running during what was pretty hellish of a year, you know, given the pandemic, given the, you know, what we were trying to win and in changing the tides for November 2020, and really uplifting our place as a DCCC within California. You know, so many kudos to you. And you still, even at the end of all this, have so much humility of just saying how much you've learned, how much you've taken away, which is just so incredible. So, you know, you've got all of us supporting you, whatever the next thing is. I know you're going to just kick ass. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Member Lee. Anyone else? Member Barry, do I see your hand up?
Yes. Karima, where are you? I can't. Oh, there you go. I just want to say that it was a pleasure working with you. A year ago, we had to work on that endorsement process, and I was newly elected, and it was really grueling. And I remember we had a difference on something, and we were a little mad at each other, but what made it so beautiful is that we worked it out. We put the mission at hand as what was important, and then our relationship grew. And I guess I'll use the excuse this is Cancer Month of why I'm getting emotional, but I think we grew into genuine friends, you know, and I really appreciate you, and stay in touch with us and let us know what you're doing, and however we can support you, let us know. And I love you.
Thank you, Member Barry. Proxy for Member Ibanez.
Hi, Karima. I just want to say how proud I am of you in representing the voices of immigrants as the first executive director of the San Francisco Democratic Party to actually understand the needs of our community. And you know, your passion and humility, you know, don't ever say anything about how you pronounce people's names. I always mispronounce people's names. It's just, I admire you, respect you, anything that you need, I'm here. And thank you for all your support in ensuring that undocumented immigrants also have a seat at the table, and all the support that you have provided for SB 714, which now has moved to Assembly. Everything that you have done with kindness. We need more leaders like you and having a seat at the table. Thank you so much, and look forward to continue working with you.
Thank you so much, Proxy for Member Ibanez. Member Williams.
Oh, where is Karima? I gotta find her on my screen as well. I think she disappeared. Where is she? There you are. So Karima, you are a superstar. I just want to thank you for always being so gentle and so kind in terms of like reminders and just being honest and just making sure that we're showing up and engaging. And you're just so phenomenal. It's been a pleasure knowing you for all these years, and just to see you in action in this space. You're a superstar, and I just can't wait to see
all the things that you do. And it's just been so lovely connecting with you on so many levels. You know, I don't know if folks know, but she's also an astrologer, which is so fly, on top of everything. So you're just a badass. So just stay in touch. And, you know, I hope you have time to just, you know, for self-care and do whatever you want. And I know this was a lot. I can't even imagine having 33 bosses and politics and all of it. So I love you, and anything you need, you know how to reach me. So love you.
Thank you, Member Williams, for spilling that tea about Karima being an astrologist. I will be making an appointment to get my chart read. Member Lovett, or Vice Chair Lovett.
Well, I'm still in denial. I will say, though, that Karima, from the get-go, you just brought a sense of humor, and you just made things so much easier just because you brought, you know, teamwork to things like figuring out the bylaws and the policies and procedures around our resolutions. Like, who has read those manuals? Raise your hand. And it was a pleasure to work with you on these processes that could be so just mysterious, right? And we were trying to unpack what had happened in previous DCCCs. So you really helped to carve out these policies that we've wanted, and these procedures that we've wanted to implement for the DCCC. So if you think back to this whole year and change, where we've had dozens of resolutions that we've debated over and then adopted, they have gone to where they need to go. And in large part because of the work of Karima and our interns to put together those documents and make sure that our resolutions are getting seen in the broader world. You know, we know that we care about these issues, and the whole point is to get this out at the regional, state, and federal levels. Thank you for all this amazing work. And I want to say that you will, you're going to do amazing things going forward. And I know that you'll enjoy yourself while you're out of the country. And, your dedication is shown by the fact that you're saying, like, hey, I'm going to touch base while I'm, in France for the next 2 weeks. While I'm reachable, I'll be available. And this is on a volunteer basis. So don't worry, we'll ask you to volunteer more when you come back. You're not going anywhere. We love you.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair Levitt. I 100% agree. Member Morales.
Thank you, Chair. Karima, Lady Powerhouse. Thank you so much for your service and for the ways that you show up in the world. You're so generous with people, not only with the kind of diverse personalities that we all are and how passionate we all are in our own ways, that shows up in not the easiest ways sometimes. And you're just so truly generous and genuine in connecting with any of us. I've witnessed it, and it's just truly remarkable. I don't think I know somebody as generous and genuine as you. And I really think that those are important qualities in politics and in social change work. And I really appreciate you for that. And of course, I echo all the beautiful things that the members have shared about you. And good luck. And of course, I'll see you soon, but I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Morales. Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
I just want to say thank you very much, all of you. You made me cry multiple times. Thank you. Thank you. I love you really much from the bottom of my heart. And I know it's a workspace and we're like DCCC. I'm talking to DCCC members, but it's like really emotional for me because I feel I get to know you so closely and to different trauma and problem and issue that we're trying to fix. And so I'm really attached emotionally to this board. So yes, of course, I'm going to stay connected. Of course, I'm helping out even after. I'm going to stay connected to all of you. And I'm so happy. And thank you for all your sweet words. It really touched me.
Well, thank you. Thank you one more time, again, on behalf of the entire San Francisco Democratic Party. You will be missed and remembered. And don't worry, we will not let you go anywhere. We will be calling you like crazy over the next few months, I'm sure. But no, in all seriousness, thank you so much for your service. You have made this transition so seamless and easy for me, and I don't know how I'd have done any of this without you. So you have my deepest gratitude and friendship, and I can't wait to see what you do next, because I know it's going to be amazing. So thank you one last time from all of us here. And with that, we will now move on to our next item. Is our CDP regional director here, Henny Kelly? Oh, she's not here. Oh, she is. Okay, wonderful. Welcome, Henny. Oh, it seems like we're having some technical issues.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. I tried to promote, and maybe I'm gonna try another thing.
Okay.
We might hear you, I think, Annie, but we're not able to see you. Do you want to activate your microphone? I don't know, it doesn't work.
Henny, maybe if you just try calling in, we can bring you in that way. Is that possible, Karima?
Yeah, I think so, because I see her. You can see she's on the panel list, but I think she has a hard time to activate the microphone. So yes, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, why don't we keep trying? And for now, the next item is resolutions. But Karima, is there any other updates from fundraising, or did you do that already?
No, I didn't do that. Do you want to update for the fundraising part? About the last Let's Get Loud fundraiser.
Sure, that'd be great.
Yes. So as you may know, the last fundraiser was a success. We're really happy that so many people were able to come, and we had different level of price tickets. So people got the chance to get a coffee time with Public Defender Mano Raju, Trisa Boudin, President Chama Walton, and Vice Chair David Campos. So we did all of it. It was a success. Everybody was happy to have their coffee time with their elected official. And we also had a chance to send all the books that were ordered via our event. And we sold around 40 books of the Kiss My Gay Ass. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say it maybe, but by Tom Amiano, and signed books. And I want to thank member Vice Chair Peter Galliada, who helped me and poke the books, and we wrote the address and sent them all. And Chair Mahogany for fundraising so much money for this event. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you. And of course, the fundraising committee. I want to thank Kathleen McDonald. Thank you so much for all your help. You're the queen of event, organizing event. Thank you so much. And of course, member Thomas and member Lacroix, who helped us a lot, and member Daraka also. Yes. If you want to add anything, Chair Mahogany.
Yes, I just want to again thank all of the members. Well, first of all, thank you to all the members who were there and attended. It was a really, really fun event, and I think everyone had a good time. I want to give special shout outs to both Senator Wiener and Assembly members Phil Ting and David Chu, who contributed directly to the campaign. So thank you so much for sponsoring the event. Also a shout out to member Avalos, who was able to really wrangle our largest donation from the National Union of Healthcare Workers. So thank you to member Avalos for leading that effort for us. And then again, I just want to echo that it was an amazing fundraising team. I would say, Peter, thank you so much. Vice Chair Galata, thank you so much for helping with wrangling Tom Amiano, although he didn't really need to be wrangled. He came very willingly, but you were our main point of contact, and that event, Tom was just so brilliant and basically made this event for us. And so, of course, I should also say thank you to Tom Amiano for not only his incredible leadership over the years and his incredible record, but for being willing to spend a couple of hours with us to help us fundraise for the party. And boy, did we need it. So thank you again to Tom Amiano. Thank you, Kathleen, for all your brilliance in really helping us pull this fundraiser together. Thank you, Leah and AJ and everyone else who contributed to this fundraiser. It was definitely a team effort. And there was a lot that went into it, and your work has not gone unnoticed. So with that, we are looking forward to the future, to the next one. And if folks want to volunteer and help us plan our next fundraising event, if anyone wants to help host the next fundraising event, please let me know.
I think Kelly was able to make it. And
oh, was that Henny? Was that you laughing?
Yeah.
Yes, that was me laughing.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Well, welcome. I really am excited. I was listening to everybody praising Karima, and I want you to know, as a regional director, I work with a lot of people who are the executive directors. And Karima really has stepped in and done an absolutely wonderful job. One of the things that she is working with me on is making sure that we will get as many grassroots club members to be delegates, voting delegates in the pre-endorsement meetings that are coming up in January. And the reason that this is so important is that grassroots Democrats should be the ones that have a say in what candidates we endorse. And that is in the Senate and the Assembly, and also in the House of Representatives. So it's a really important thing, and she is helping me by making sure that there will be an intern who will help me do the really hard work of getting this all on a computer and on a database so that we can have the most representatives from the clubs. And I will be talking about that later. That is an absolutely wonderful thing. By the way, today is the 57th anniversary of a terrible, terrible thing. In the state of Mississippi, 57 years ago, 3 young people died. They were killed because they were trying to help people vote. They were trying to register African Americans, Black voters. I really believe that we must work harder to make sure that we stop what is happening in this country and make sure that everybody has a right to vote. And that is why it is so important that the San Francisco Democratic County Central Committee works hard to make sure that not just in California, but in other states where we will work and we will call, that we will get people to vote. And that's my report.
Thank you so much to our state regional director, Henny Kelly, for that report and those words. We definitely hear you, and we are there with you to work with you to make that happen. So thank you.
Thank you.
We will now move on to our next agenda item, resolutions. And the first resolution up is a resolution urging Congress to include the removal of qualified immunity in the George Floyd Act. This is being brought forward by Member Berry. Member Berry, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany, and happy anniversary to you. Happy belated Juneteenth, Father's Day, and birthday to Member Raju. Welcome to our new interns, and Karima, simply thank you. Members, the George Floyd Act was introduced by our own California Congresswoman Karen Bass, District 37, on February 24th.
I'm on a GCCC meeting right now.
It passed March 3rd with the removal of qualified immunity included in the act with 220 yeses. However, there is concern that right-wingers in the Senate will return the act and request qualified immunity reform be removed before passing. I'm thankful to Congresswoman Cori Bush for constantly keeping this important police reform matter in the forefront. The movement succeeded in being passed, but it must be seen all the way through and include one of the most significant ways that police can be held accountable for their unnecessary gross use of force. I'd like to thank Chair Mahogany and Member Raju from our DCCC Black Lives Matter Committee for co-sponsoring. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Member Berry, for bringing this forward. Member Lee?
Yeah, I would like to add my name as a co-sponsor. If you'd like to add your name too, just put in chat. I just want to say that my understanding is that Senator Bradford's Senate Bill 2 in California still lives. And I think it's being heard in Assembly right now, which would end qualified immunity or some aspects of it in California, as well as decertify basically bad police officers and make sure California joins the overwhelming majority of states who have the same policy. So Member Berry, I just want to thank you for bringing this forward. This is so incredibly important. And the fact that qualified immunity has continued to protect so many bad officers and allow them to continue committing crimes and allow the invasive structural racism to be so pervasive within law enforcement agencies is policies like this that we have to change. And I think it's so important. Like, I don't know how much it matters that we pass this resolution at the big scale, but I think it's super important that we talk about this locally and that we educate others about what qualified immunity is. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Member Lee. Proxy for the speaker, Gary McCoy.
The speaker will be abstaining due to her longstanding policy in which she abstains from items directing congressional action. So I just want to mention that.
Thank you very much. Would any other members like to speak to this item? Okay. Member Berry, I just personally want to thank you for your leadership with the Black Lives Matter Committee. You are someone who is incredibly committed to see, I think, justice for Black people and all people. And I think that this resolution is something that reflects that. And I am proud to be a co-sponsor on this resolution. And I hope that the speaker can also carry this work forward for us. So we appreciate her attention to this. Thank you, Member Berry. Colleagues, with that, do we have a motion on this resolution?
I'll move it.
Okay. Can we do this by acclamation? All right.
Can I have a second,
Yeah.
please?
Second, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstain.
All right, the resolution passes. Thank you again, Member Berry, for your leadership. Next item on the agenda is a resolution in regards to the education funding resolution for 21-22 of the state budget. Member Maliga, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. Good evening to the public and to members of the committee. I did prepare some words tonight for this resolution that I want to read out to you all. I want to first thank the legislator for addressing certain issues that will not only help schools resume in-person instruction statewide, but also increase their capacity to serve students in the years to come. There are several specific areas I want to highlight, such as the decision to repay schools all the money that was deferred when the financial forecast was uncertain, and to extend relief for high pension costs beyond the current fiscal year represents an improvement on the May revision. Tonight, I stand before you because this work ahead of us needs our support. There are several outstanding items that threatens the financial stabilities of schools as well as their ability to provide high quality, equitable education for all students. To name a few, the 5.07% cost of living adjustment, COLA, that was set aside for programs with the local control funding formula should also be provided for special education and for home to school transportation. While we appreciate the legislator's proposal to reduce the unemployment insurance rate increase from 1.23% to 0.5%, this still equates to a 1,000% increase in payments for schools. A full pay down of the rate to increase with a $642 million one-time payment from the state general fund would be the best solution for this. Additionally, a true rebench of the Proposition 98 guarantee is necessary to realize the goal of attaining universal transitional kindergarten. As a member of the San Francisco Democratic County Central Committee, I want to thank the California state legislator and the governor of the state of California and urge them to stay vigilant and focused on the critical needs of local schools in the final 2021-2022 state budget and address the key remaining issues that will have significant and ongoing financial impacts on the schools. I'm asking our members for your support tonight on this resolution. Thank you, and I appreciate the time, Chair Mahogany.
Thank you, Member Maliga. Is there any other member who'd like to speak on this item?
I would like to speak. Member Ma will be abstaining from this just because we have a policy of not voting on budgetary matters, but we thank Member Maliga for bringing this forward.
Thank you so much. Representative for Member Ting or Phil Ting, Alex Walker.
Thank you. Just to kind of echo Member Ma's comments, since we are chair of the Assembly Budget Committee, while we support, in spirit, we have to abstain. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would any other member like to speak to this item? Okay, seeing no hands, can I have a motion for this item?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. And can we do this by acclamation? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstain. Abstain.
Can I just ask you to add your name in the chat if you abstain, just to make this a little bit easier? Thank you.
Thank you very much. The resolution passes. Up next, we have a resolution denouncing the recent surge in anti-Semitism, and this is an item that I have brought forward. Colleagues, since May of this year, there has been an alarming surge in verbal, physical, and online violence against the Jewish community all across America, including against Jewish diners eating outside of LA, Orthodox Jews in the streets of New York, and local Jewish-owned businesses even here in San Francisco and elsewhere, including synagogues, as well as places like synagogues, preschools, and other Jewish community gathering places. Many have been defaced with anti-Semitic graffiti. And in fact, a recent survey by the Anti-Defamation League found that in recent years, 63% of Jews surveyed have witnessed or experienced anti-Semitism. And in the period, in May of 2021, there was a 115% rise in anti-Semitic attacks compared to May of the previous year. And furthermore, on social media recently, there were over 17,000 tweets with atrocious things like variations of the words Hitler was right. I personally find this incredibly disturbing and reprehensible, and something we absolutely must oppose in the strongest terms. And I want to reaffirm this body's commitment to opposing all forms of prejudice, bias, or discrimination by bringing forward this resolution condemning anti-Semitism. I want to thank members of the Jewish community who came forward to work with me on this, including Martin Rollings-Fain, Gia Daneler, and Amy Ellis. Thank you so much for working so diligently on this item and helping me bring it forward today. and I'm honored to carry it. And colleagues, I hope to have your support and welcome any co-sponsorships. With that, is there anyone else who would like to speak on this item? Seeing. Yes, Matthew.
Just like to thank you for your leadership, Madam Chair. Thank you so much. It means a great deal to many people.
Thank you. Any other member? Seeing no hands, I'd like to, can we have a vote? I'm sorry, can we have a motion for a vote?
I moved.
All right.
My acclamation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the resolution passes unanimously. Thank you, colleagues, for your support. We will now move on to the next item, a resolution supporting AB 1177, the California Public Banking Option. This is an item that I also have brought forward. I just have some brief words that I would like to read. I'm bringing forward this resolution in support of Assembly Bill 1177, the California Public Banking Option. It was sponsored by Assembly Member Miguel Santiago and David Chu and Asha Kalra. They introduced this to create Bank Cal with the hope of providing critical banking services to the nearly 1 in 4 Californians who are currently unbanked. The City of San Francisco has already endorsed these items through resolutions passed by the Board of Supervisors, and I would just like to put the San Francisco Democratic Party on record in support of this effort, which I believe will contribute greatly to the public good. I welcome any co-sponsorships and hope to have your support. All right, I see Sarah Souza, proxy for Member Banez. Would you like to speak?
Yes. So first, I want to, on behalf of Member Ibanez, commend you for your leadership on this important legislation and emphasize her full support, but also USF support for Public Bank. Public Bank is a means to ensure that public dollars are used for greater good and generate capital for the community, and also address redlining and discrimination. It's one of the first steps to ensure that there's reinvestment in communities of color for small business owners, home ownership. And I'm very proud of you and to support this resolution. And please add Member Ibanez as a co-sponsor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate your leadership. Proxy for Member Spears, Brian Perkins. Oop, we can't hear you for some reason. You are unmuted though. Yeah, we still can't hear you. I wonder if it's your microphone with your headset, maybe.
How's that? Is that better?
Yes, that's better.
You are an excellent tech. You're as good a tech person as you are a chair, Madam Chair. That's great. We just wanted to support this as well. And I think what happened during the pandemic illustrates the need for an institution like this. So many of the businesses that were not otherwise connected to the large mainstream banks ended up going broke because they couldn't get loans and they otherwise couldn't get access to financial services. So it's not just, and it's importantly, it's important that individuals have access as well, but it's also important for the broader economy. And the current system of banking isn't structured to meet those other needs. So thank you for bringing this forward. And hopefully we can get a public bank in California. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other members who'd like to speak to this item? Seeing none, colleagues, can we have a motion to move this by acclamation?
So moved.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions?
Abstain.
I believe that was Senator Feinstein and Speaker Pelosi. And Kounalakis, thank you. All right, the motion passes. Thank you everyone for your support. We will move on to I believe, our final resolution for the night. It is a resolution calling for giving all essential workers a pathway to citizenship through the Build Back Better Budget Reconciliation Aid Package sponsored by Wiener, and I would like to be added as a co-sponsor to this item. Senator Wiener, thank you for your leadership, and I will turn it over to Matthew Rothschild.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I also have to thank my alternate proxy, Nima, for doing a great deal of work on this and working with the other partners. And I think the speakers in public comment really spoke to how important this is for particularly our healthcare workers, that they have a path to citizenship. They've been working so hard during the pandemic, and it's so important that this is a part of the president and the vice president's Build Back package. So thank you for allowing us to waive the rules, to bring it today. It's urgent that we get this to our federal representatives as soon as possible. And I ask for an aye vote and welcome the co-sponsor.
Thank you, Matthew. I see that Sarah Souza has her hand up, proxy for Ibanez.
Hi, first, I want to thank the sponsor of this resolution and also thank the leadership of Faith in Action and emphasize the need to humanize the movement of immigrants by empowering them to also have a seat at the table and shaping immigration reform. I encourage the sponsor and Faith in Action to actually reach out as well to all the immigrant members of this board and others that have a direct perspective of being undocumented. It's important that we bring undocumented immigrants to ensure that we have specific language that will address the disparity due to the trauma we are facing and discrimination, and we're always left behind. And this is an opportunity for us to really push for a solution for the 11 million immigrants who have been waiting for a path to citizenship for so long. And so on behalf of Member Ibanez, I want to thank all the allies, but also urge everyone to also bring people that are impacted to the conversation because they understand what's needed and their stories are important, and we must uplift their voices as we must do to ensure that the people closest to the pain are able to shape those outcomes. Thank you so much again for everyone and look forward to continue working with you to ensure that we achieve immigration reform for all. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Is there anyone else? Oh, is there anyone else who would like to speak on this item? Seeing no other hands, can we have a motion to move this with acclamation? By acclamation?
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Any abstentions?
We'll see.
Pelosi abstains. Anyone else? All right. The resolution passes.
Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Please thank Senator Wiener for bringing this item forward for us. The next item on our agenda is a new business. Colleagues, does anyone have any new business that they would like to share with the body?
I would like to put on the next agenda the elections, because it's starting to get really interesting times here in San Francisco, and endorsement process might have to happen this year.
Thank you.
I also want to mention that we're going to be in Stonestown Mall for the market with our interns and Susan Pfeiffer, and we have an event on Mobilize for volunteer who wants to sign up. It's we just sent the link to our newsletter. I can send it to you again tomorrow if you want to show up. We're going to be there from 8:30 to 1 p.m. So show up anytime. The goal is to recruit volunteer for the recall election against Newsom. So anytime you can join us Sunday, bring the coffee, bring the donuts. We'll be there.
Thank you, Karima. Any other items folks would like to share?
Madam Chair. I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow is Alice B. Tokers is having a 50th anniversary celebration. You can check the Alice website. Hope you can join us.
Thank you, Matthew, for bringing that forward. Any last items? If there's nothing else, then I believe we have reached the end of our agenda. Are there any in memoriams people would like to bring forward at this time?
I apologize for not knowing his name, but Supervisor Connie, her name, Connie Chan's mother passed.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I would like to honor her mom and her because she gave a wonderful statement about her mom at the Board of Supervisors last week.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Member Berry, for bringing that forward. That was something that I was going to include as well.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
All right, in the memory of Supervisor Chan's mother, we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, colleagues. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, Karima.
Bye, Karima. We'll see you.
Bye, guys. Love you.